This is the final Exodus. Welcome back, you guys. It's unbelievable times. We're in unbelievable times. I'm Mitch, and this is the final Exodus. And the beast is rising. And it troubles me because most people can't see it. So today I'm going to answer a question. This is the question on the table. What global entity is more powerful than the United States government and the Israeli government combined? Ooh, that's a question. Is there a global entity more powerful than these two leading governments? And do you know what it is? Of course you know what it is, but it absolutely, it kills me that it escapes most people's minds. So we're going to talk about that. Right now, I want you to focus in on this beast rising. Daniel 7:7, which says, "After this I kept looking into the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrifying and extremely strong." This is what we're talking about here today. "And it had large iron teeth. It devoured and crushed and trampled the remainder with its feet. And it was different from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. We've been talking about those 10 horns, the BRICS nations. But the BRICS nations are different than the beast. The beast has 10 horns. So we have to talk about this beast, and today we're going to answer the question, the most powerful global entity on the earth right now. Daniel 7:17 says, "Then I desired to know the exact meaning of the fourth beast, which was different from all the others, exceedingly dreadful, with its teeth of iron and its claws of bronze, which devoured, crushed, and trampled down the remainder with its feet." Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. So as I've been reading this, you may have been pondering in your heart, what is the global entity more powerful than the two leading governments on the earth right now? You know what it is. I'm going to tell you right now, but you know what it is. It is the great beast rising. It is the root of all evil. It is spoken of throughout the scriptures, and yet most people have no understanding of these things. It is the money changers, the central bank system of the world. Does that surprise you? Follow the money? Does that really surprise you? And there is a war on the earth. It's a massive war right now, but it escapes our notice. It's an economic war, and it's not our war. It's their war. It's the war between the central banks and the BRICS nations. Do you understand that? Listen to this economic war between the central banks and the BRICS nations reported on in this clip.
The BRICS 2025 summit is here, but these nations are not just coming to talk. They are laying the foundation for a post-dollar world, launching a blueprint for a new world order that does not include the US at the center. The last time global powers came together to create a new monetary system, it was Bretton Woods in 1944, but now BRICS is set to do it again, although this time without the West, without the dollar, and with gold on center stage. But what would it take for BRICS nations to break free from the dollar? What clues can we expect to see at this week's summit to reveal just how close that date is? What would a post-dollar world actually look like? And most importantly, how does this impact your savings and your financial future? Let's get into it. BRICS, a coalition of nations founded by Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, has grown rapidly in recent years, expanding its membership to include countries like Egypt, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and most recently, Vietnam. While once dismissed as a loose group of emerging countries, BRICS now accounts for over half of the world's population, creates 45% of global GDP, and produces 30% of the world's oil. They've positioned themselves not just as a coalition, but as a credible counterweight to the West's financial dominance. So it's no surprise that they believe it is time for a seat at the table, a new role, a new voice, and potentially a new financial system. But this weekend, they'll get that chance. On July 6th and 7th, the 17th annual BRICS Summit is set to take place in Rio de Janeiro against a backdrop of a fragile Middle East, growing geopolitical risk, and long-term doubts about the stability of the dollar.
But this rising beast economic system will have nothing to do with the BRICS. Or will they? Well, yes, they will. They are going to devour them and crush them and trample them down. And as it says in Revelation, this will be fulfilled. The 10 horns, which are the BRICS nations, which you saw are 10 kings who have not received a kingdom, but they receive authority as kings with the beast for 1 hour. These have one purpose, and they give their power. They give their power and authority to the beast. Do you understand? For those of you who would like to learn more about this beast economic system that will eventually not allow you to buy or sell unless you have the mark of the beast, get this book. But for now, I have to be very careful what I talk about on this channel because we're being censored and these things are prohibited. So read this book. You don't have to read it cover to cover, but if you just peruse it, you'll get the idea of how we are where we are today. God bless you guys. I'll see you soon.